We booted up.
That motherfucker now it booted the fuck up right now.
We booted the fuck up.
Hey man, we back, man.
We back with episode. This is 2.
This is 3.
Episode 3
of
season 2 of the Indub podcast. All right, my boy, how you feeling? How you feeling today? How you feeling?
Man, tired. You know what I mean? But we living, bro, and that's important. Being alive. I'm grateful for my existence and my peers' existence. I'm appreciative of life because we've had a friend who has not been feeling well.
That's true. Keep talking.
And the one thing that I encourage them is to appreciate the smaller things in life. Appreciate the minimum. Get back to the, being grateful for the smallest things. Start there. I'd be appreciative to have a good meal at the end of the day.
1,000%.
And you feel me? And I'm appreciative of nature and being a part of this life, of this world, and also being able to feel emotions. And all those things I am grateful for, and all of those things are worth living for. And yeah, man, I just appreciate life, man. I appreciate the highs, the lows. You feel me?
Just being able to experience it, really. And yeah, man, like you said, just appreciating the little things, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to lose focus and start dwelling on things that don't even require your energy to even really to make it like a focal point in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for you to focus on the negative just because it's so much negative going on.
And in front of you, it's at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Negativity is thriving.
Yeah.
That's what thrives. That's what makes money. Just hella negativity.
Exactly.
All that stuff is what makes the most money. So it's always going to be in your face.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming. I totally get it, and y'all and everybody on Trench Talk Network and Indub, who all of our listeners and all of our friends, they be knowing we be taking cleanses from the Twitters, the Instagrams, the everything, whatever it is, and I feel like it's necessary, and I feel like as I get older, it makes me want to get more away from it.
100%.
Just because you guys just don't understand how much it's taking a toll on your mental. And for my friend who was going through something, and I hope he's doing better now, and I've been talking to him.
Yeah.
I told him, start by small wins. And I've been preaching on here and the small things every day.
Mm-hmm.
But not even just saying try and get yourself into a routine, but I feel like sometimes we need to step it back, and that's why I started by the appreciation. And I said this because, traumas, a lot of people, everybody has trauma from something, whether it be something serious like, losing a loved one, or just emotions that they felt when certain things happen and how many times it's happened in their life. And you don't even understand how some of these traumas affect you. Just going forward, and the way that you process information, and the way that you kind of recover and bounce back, and all these things like your traumas. And this is, just because if you're going through something, and we say this on the pod all the time, if you're going through something, please let somebody know and talk. And I especially for men and black men,
100%.
We say this a lot, but I can't stress it enough. Please reach out, and try and seek help. But even before that, or after that, I feel like, the first start of getting out of something, because I want to actually, be a little vulnerable. People have, like I was getting at with traumas. I'll give y'all one for myself. I've had traumas just as me being younger, growing up. It was very hard financially for me and my family when we moved from Georgia to Florida. It was already rough financially growing up in Georgia, but moving down here was way harder because it's way more expensive. And that was even back then. So like there were many times where I didn't eat, or the way that I was eating, or the things that I was eating, like it was just like it nobody would want to live like that. We were so poor where, my mom had to do whatever she had to do to put food on the table, whether it's, steal animal crackers from her, the little fucking daycare that she worked at, just so that I can have some animal crackers, just to eat. Like just eating animal crackers or chicken nuggets, because they're just frozen chicken nuggets, and that was all that we could get. And these days, and Day has a infamous story that all of our friends know, where I ate like 18 tangerines and he saw all the peels when he came in and asked me if I wanted a chicken sandwich. But we both broke, so he's giving me like that, and that was all that he had too. You feel me? So like, I've been through some extremely tough times, where, even the lights don't even be on, or the TV, and even things like that, to where now me as a person, as I've grown, and I'm 28 now, like, that's why if y'all ever see me, I appreciate a good meal, like my food, because there were so many days where I did not have it. So many days where I was literally, when people say eat ice for dinner or eat air, nigga, I was doing that, bruh. So like 100%. A lot of that, like that be my trauma, and how I turned that and tried to use it as like, kind of like, my drive for, relaxing. That same trauma, I'm using it to relax. So at least worst come to worst, at the end of the day, even if I'm not making a meal, or it doesn't have to be necessary, at least for me, because this is my personal trauma, at least for me, I know that it does not have to be the best meal or home cooked or whatever. It's just whatever I get, and whatever I decide to get. If it's McDonald's, I want that bitch blicking. If I get 2 cheeseburgers and a medium fry, I want my fries to be salty as hell, and I want my fucking burgers to be hot, and I want my apple pie. And even though that's bottom tier food, it's like, that was what I wanted, and I know, and that's what I want. So like, if I ask for no mayo and X, Y, and Z, and it's fucking flooded with that shit, that was my way of relaxing. That's going to put me into a worse mood, seeing that now that I'm spending my hard-earned money, which is a trauma, because I didn't have the money to get what I wanted. So like, I'm spending the money that I worked hard for to, eat something good, because that is something that I thoroughly like to, and I just like doing that. I enjoy a good meal all the time. And now when I'm spending my money and I'm not getting that, now that's like, that's a trauma. That is like, you know what I'm saying? But I use it in my way to relax, because when I do have those good meals, I have no problem paying for a good meal. I will pay whatever, as long as I know that bitch is gonna be fire. Bitch, I will pay it. And niggas know that. Everybody know that about me. I will pay it. Like, let's do it. If we gonna eat good, that's why I like eating with my friends. Like, these are things that like are worth living for me. Like, I enjoy eating with all of my niggas. Like, we all go out to eat and we sit down and we find a fireplace and everything came out great. That is like a day worth living for me. Like, that makes all of them hard days. It made it worth it, at least for me. And I feel like people got to find that whatever your trauma, and you don't have to do it, or I'm just saying I encourage everybody to try it. But like, if you have some sort of trauma, I encourage everybody to find something that you enjoyed as a child, or something that you knew that you always could do, and it would take your mind off whatever the fuck you got going on. Because Jerry say it every single day, and I always be thinking about this stuff. He'd be saying, man, Matrix, simulation, because like, at the end of the day, life is what you make it. But like, everybody's life ain't gonna be, fucking golden. So like, 100%. whatever y'all got that's gonna help you get through it, like whatever it is, if your pastime was fishing and you stop fishing for whatever reason, like, some shit might have happened and you stop fishing and you wondering like, damn, like I just feel empty. Like I'm not, try picking up that one hobby that you did back then that you just dropped and incorporate it into your day and see how that does for you. Mine was, like I said, like enjoying a good meal or playing video games. Like I played a hell of a lot of Pokemon, like, and just video games in general, just growing up, in sports. Like that's why I'm trying to throw basketball in there. I'd be hooping with my coworkers every now and then. Like I try to throw that in because these are things that it makes it worth it. It makes it feel like all those days were, these days was whooping my ass. Like, and I didn't know what the fuck, like, and I'm just tired. And it made all of that worth it, that I was able to do whatever the fuck I did, whether it was me paying for my meal or me getting able to play COD and get on Discord with the guys. And these be small things, like all these things that I'm talking about. Times they may require money, but I'm talking about things that like don't really require money. It's more about like what you're doing. And another thing that I also wanted to throw in there, because I'm speaking not of money, realignment. When we be going to the beach, even if it's just for that hour, just to get the sun, no seaweed, like going, like just waking up in the morning in Florida and no clouds, a hot day, no seaweed, no chance of rain. Man, bro, ain't nothing like the beach, bro. Just to realign, and after, you feel me, whether you smoking or not, you go and get, like, for me, your favorite, a good meal. That is like a ideal, like a flawless day.
Yeah.
Like, and these be small things that like will, at least keep you here. It'll make you sane. Keep you sane, like keep you mental. And I encourage everybody. I wanted to start this out because my boy was really going through it, and that did affect me. So I just want to encourage everybody once again, if y'all have that, if y'all feel real low, please reach out, whether it's to any of us or somebody that you're comfortable with. You are worth. You're worth everything. You're worth it. Like, you deserve to be here. Everybody wants you here. So, like, please,
100%, man.
Don't go through that alone, is what I'm getting at. And, try and pick up something that you love.
Man. I definitely 100% feel everything you just said, my boy, because, man, growing up, you definitely have those moments where, you know what I'm saying, like, there's just things that make you super appreciative of things that you have in your life now. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, being able to get a meal at your convenience, at your time. You know what I'm saying? When you want to eat, you know what I'm saying? There's, man, like you say, bro, there's been moments in when I was a jit, bro, where, man, my only thought of me eating was at school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my time of thinking, like, this is a guaranteed meal. You know what I'm saying? And, back then you used to get roasted for eating free lunch and shit. But me, man, that was, like I said, man, that was a guaranteed meal for me. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't require me to use any money. And if I did have money, that was like something that I probably did where I spent like my couple dollars on a snack in the morning before I went to school. But that shit there is definitely something that's real deal, and like for me, I'm super appreciative to be able to have a roof over my head. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had moments where I've as a jit where I didn't have like a secure location to call home. You know what I'm saying? I think me as a jit, I probably moved like, man, I can't even tell you, bro. It was probably like a 7-8 year span where we probably moved like 6 times. You know what I'm saying? And I remember me as a jit, bro, where there was like a period of time where we was in between moving and we literally had to like live inside of a van, bro. Like, literally had to live inside of a van. This was before Matthew was born.
I would say, but you got that's like a whole family.
Oh yeah.
Like your family,
this was like,
you got a family.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's like
a lot of siblings. You feel what I'm saying?
Like
so it was like,
right, like total 6 in that crib. At
so
that
it
point?
was probably this was before Matthew. So this was like me, 3 of my siblings, and my mom. And it was at moments where we had to like live with other people and shit. Like I had to go live with my aunt. My sister went to go live with her god sister, and my sister Ashley and Pachico had to go live with their dad. You feel what I'm saying? This was a period of time when we couldn't find a crib, so we had to split like that until my mom was able to find a crib. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely been moments, man, where, you know what I'm saying, that shit gets really, really fucking testing, bro. And you legit at that time.
So you're not even really processing what the fuck is actually going on until you start getting older. And it sounds so cliche because, like, you know, older people would always tell you, like, just wait till you get, you'll see,
exactly.
Like, life happens, man. And let me tell you something. Life really fucking happens. So like when I be seeing, even like, because we're just regular normal just people, but like even when you look at like some of these celebrities and you be seeing them go broke, it's like I be seeing it's like
shit really real,
shit really be happening. So like nothing real, like that's why nothing really moves me too much, because anything could happen. My mom always used to tell me, like, there'd be times where, you know, I would worry as a jit, and she'd just be like, man, just life works in like weird ways. And you know, like we talking about, like not even having that meal, and you know, I like not even knowing, like I'm scrapping pennies, like it's got like there's been times where I've gotten to the point where even all the scrap pennies that I found, like I have none of those, like where you're like just find a penny here, and like I didn't even have that because I had already used that to eat a $5 foot long that I broke into 2 meals, like, you know what I'm saying, like. And then I'll go and somebody will ask me if I want to, you know, like, I don't know, like put up some flyers for like $100. And like I just found my money for, you know what I'm saying? And like you just never know what the fuck could happen tomorrow. So like I try to take everything like as a day by day thing.
It's important, man. It's super important.
Really just try and find those things that, you know, just help you appreciate life and just be grateful, because, you know, at the end of the day, like these are just things that I've thought about, but I'm sure like some people might not even thought about, like they're doing some things because of they did it as a child. And you know, I encourage everybody to try and just dig a little deep and
just don't be afraid to talk, man. That's the thing. That's the thing, man. That's something I'm really big on, man. And you know, I'm open to anybody that I confide in. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that I confide in, they know that I can come to them whenever I feel like I need to talk about anything. So if there's anybody that you feel like you can confide in, please take that time to you know what I'm saying, just talk about shit, you know. Because I've always been the type of person, honestly, where I feel like talking about my problems never really solved anything for me and never really did anything for me. But I definitely understand what the fuck it can do for people. That shit is so powerful. Like, it's so powerful for you to just release, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the shit that people be going through, as far as like them having like panic attacks and shit like that, is just because they don't have that release. They don't have that escape to this, that vent. You know what I'm saying? So if you do, you know what I'm saying, feel like you're going through something, you feel like you trapped, you feel like you can't breathe, you know what I'm saying, just find somebody that you can confide in. And if it's nobody that, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you can really confide in, there's people, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, there's therapy and shit like that. There's just always an option other than the route of no return, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad that you definitely brought that up, my boy, because that's super important. And yeah, man, that's my nigga, and definitely hope that my nigga is doing better.
Yes. So let's get off of the serious side because we started it pretty serious. So we'll get into something lighter. We've had a few things happen this week, and we do had a few things to kind of talk about. This new Metro Boomin album.
Whoa!
It came out yesterday, right? Or Friday?
So today is Saturday? Yeah, yesterday.
So yesterday. Features Young Thug, Future. I think there was a Chris Brown on there. Did I see?
Don Toliver.
Don Toliver.
21.
21. Good calls.
Nudie.
Definitely got Nudie. Weekend. Rocky. Takeoff. R.I.P. John Legend. But the main ones, 21, Future, Travis Scott,
and Don, I would say.
And Don.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, man? How do you feel about it?
So let's go ahead and start off by saying, first and foremost, Trav and Thug, we just got to go ahead and say they top 5. You know what I'm saying? They top 5. These niggas are probably like some of the most creative niggas that I know when it comes to music, bro. Especially Trav, bro. The songs that are on here, bro, people gonna say that if they don't fuck with the album, they gonna say that the songs ain't all that. And let me just stop you right fucking there. All right? Because first of all, we have fucking Metro who is producing these fucking songs, right? Producing these beats. And none of these beats miss. None of them miss. But the one song with the Walk 'Em Down, the second part, that second half of that song, can keep it. But the album itself, as a whole,
you're digging
I said to Sean, that shit has gotten me out of that Her Loss algorithm. It's gotten me out of it. I'm not even tapped in on Her Loss right now. I'm fully locked in on the Metro. All right? And I feel like this is a really good fucking album. He got Morgan Freeman on that bitch again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a staple for him now to have Morgan Freeman on his albums and shit. You feel me? It's fire. It's fire. I like, you know what I'm saying? It has all black people. I like that. Unless I'm missing something. I feel like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are from Atlanta, like the Georgia area. He's saying he tapped in with that core Atlanta group. You know what I'm saying? The Future, 21, Nudie, Takeoff. Damn, who the fuck I'm missing right now? There's someone from Thug. Ain't Gunna.
Oh, yeah, he did have the gun on there.
You know what I'm saying? He tapped into that core. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have to go out and do all this crazy shit.
Those is like his roots.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? So I really, really fuck with this Metro album. My favorite tracks, I have 3 really, really like good tracks that I think are from this album. And it's that Niagara Falls with Trav and 21 Savage. I really like Metro Spider. That's the one with Thug.
Rapping.
Going crazy. And I really fuck with that Don Toliver track, the Around Me.
Okay, and I forgot because I did not talk to you about this. Yeah, so because you said Don Toliver. There's a few people off of this album that I have to talk about.
Whoa.
And we'll start with Don Toliver.
Whoa.
So... because I like this album. So I want to start by saying I do like this album. I do have some critiques on it, but I do like this album. But the Don Toliver thing, man. So what's actually? I mean, I feel like this kind of like will bridge into a lot of things. So what's going on with all of Travis Scott's artists? Why aren't any of his artists really? Because Don Toliver just recently, it just came out that he's faking streams.
So I heard that there's a couple of artists that have been on that shit, like Roddy and
there's probably multiple. So my thoughts are, or my question is like, how do you feel about? Because you really fuck with Don Toliver, which I don't fuck with him like that, but I like a good deal of his music, but he's not like one of my go-to artists. Like I don't really.
I wouldn't say that he's one of my go-tos. I definitely fucked with like the last thing that I like would say that I really fucked with.
You fucked with his tape.
I fucked with the Heaven and Hell, Heaven or Hell. I fucked with like I wouldn't say that was like something that I truly fucked with like that. There was probably like maybe 3 or 4 songs on there that I fucked with. Which one of them was No Idea. You know what I'm saying? And After Party, Cardigan. Shit, that's just off the head. But
so why would he fake streams?
I feel like that's
what is going on in this?
So the fake streaming thing, I don't know how deep it gets as far as the streaming thing goes, but I think the fake stream thing that I've been hearing about are like the fake views and shit like on YouTube.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably something, I don't think that's something that is of his doing though. I think it may be like the label that's doing that shit.
But why would they do that? That's my thing. Like, you could be dead right, but like, why would they do that?
I don't even know. I don't even know what's the motive
to make people like. Of course, like I get the idea. Like, of course, get the views up, make people be like, "Damn, this has $100,000 or 1,000,000 views."
Put it trending on
in 2 days.
If it's number one, like trending on YouTube,
and then people be like that. But then, like, there's been times where I've looked at shit like that, and I'm like. And this song don't have like no type of like it'd be a forgettable track to their whole catalog, and like I be seeing this shit. It's like what like
shit got crazy.
You just missed. You really just missed. Like why not just miss? I'd rather know that I'm actually missing than get called out for having fake streams.
Like that. That's a fact.
And looking like I'm successful.
Looking like
I'd rather like slowly build than for me to try and get hot quick and then
fizzle out.
I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of artists just got to get better at their craft. Like, I don't know, man.
I just feel like it's too many fucking artists, bro. It's just the music is way too saturated, bro. And this is something that I have talked about, or I talked about it with somebody, bro. Back then, we didn't have as many people trying to do music as we have now because of how accessible music is now. Back then, you really had to get your foot in the door to have music be broadcasted on a major level like that. So that's why we always heard the Lil Waynes, the T.I.s, the fucking Rick Rosses. That's why we always heard them niggas, because those were the niggas that were controlling the airways at the time. Now, because there's music is so accessible, there's so many niggas that can create a buzz just by having some little viral clip or some shit. But so music is so saturated that niggas got to try to find something to make they shit stick out.
But can we say it's music or is it just hip hop?
It could be hip hop.
One nigga have a drunk freestyle at a little house party, and then niggas will say like, "Yo, you should rap," and then tomorrow the nigga a rapper. At least in hip hop, but don't nobody like be like, damn, nigga, you can sing. Like, a nigga start singing and be like, yo, you should make some. And then nigga be like, I don't know. Like, nigga get into R&B. Like, you just don't have that. I feel like mad people feel like it's much easier to just jump into hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, it is. Because, I mean, it's the most, I feel like, it's the most accepting when it comes to,
but they're not even the most paid.
I just feel like the audience will absorb hip hop more than any other type of like genre of music.
But the thing is, people in hip hop like the people that are consuming hip hop music it's not the people that's paying for it. Like hip hop is predominantly like African American, and African Americans ain't paying for music like that.
That should be
Taylor
crazy.
Swift making the bag though. Now of course she's a stained artist, so like if I was to talk about Taylor Swift, that would be comparable to like, you know, damn near like Drake.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'm just saying like I'm sure that
if Don Toliver is you think Don Toliver's washed?
I'm not even gonna say washed, but like I don't know. I just don't know because there's so
think
like
that nigga washed, bro.
I don't think that though. I think you think that I think that, but I don't really think that he's washed because I know like there's shit where I'm like, bro, this nigga got it. But it's just like, why is he not bigger than what he is? Do you think it's Travis Scott? Do you think it's him faking streams and maybe his music really ain't like that? Like that's why I'm trying to figure because I don't know. I
don't know because I feel like he's on like I feel like he's solidified himself because he's been on like some very big tracks. Like he's on Donda and shit like that. So
Don Toliver?
Yeah, isn't Don Toliver on Donda?
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe he is. He might be.
I'm pretty sure he was on
Donda. Oh, Moon, right. He's on Moon. Yeah. Moon. With Kid Cudi.
Yeah, with Kid Cudi. Yeah. So he's on some notable tracks.
But you don't think that would be just because of Kanye? I don't know, because like Travis's affiliation to Kanye, I should say.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has. He's gotten some of his overall like status because of him being just affiliated with Travis.
Because like I don't feel Don Toliver being on Donda as powerful as Kodak being on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
I can feel that.
You get what I'm saying? But like that's like somebody seeing what somebody's doing and like.
But then I feel like
versus like somebody being on the same label.
See, I feel like with Donda though, because it was just so many people on there.
Yeah, you know Kanye will have, and then he'll throw mad writers on the song. Like he'll have like, bro, I remember All of the Lights has like 25 listed,
Baby on there,
30 artists on like All of the Lights, like from like he has like 30 writers on that, like 30 credits. So like he'll do whatever just to get the best possible sounding song.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not like but the only reason why I say is it. Like Cactus Jack, like why is nobody being successful on Travis Scott shit? Is it like because Sofago flopped too?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard anything from him either.
Exactly,
but we got Sheck West,
and he ain't done shit since Mudboy. Sheck ain't put out nothing. I don't even think he want to rap no more. Bro, Mudboy, bro, came out in 2017 or 2018.
So the thing is, like. I feel like Don is a pretty big artist, though.
What did he sell? Don Toliver, because they were just talking about he ain't even... Don Toliver... album sales first week.
So 72K first week. That's actually pretty fucking good, bro.
Yeah, that's sturdy. And when was that, though?
That was the last one he came out with. I think that came out this year, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe early or
so you think
like late last year.
But that's what I'm saying. You think he'll do 72 right now?
I feel like after this album, for sure. I feel like after this Metro album, for sure. Bro, he got that one song on there with Future too. I feel like once there's like some visuals that's put out with Don in it, I feel like he could definitely put himself back in that limelight. But he has one of them big songs too, bro, with Uzi and Gunna, that Lemonade song.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
That's not on the Metro album,
yeah,
but just saying that it's one of those big tracks with Don Toliver, Uzi, and Gunna. Yeah, there you go right there. That's that. I think that shit like won like some awards and shit. Yeah, it's called Internet Money.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Hey, tell the truth. But that's what I'm saying. That was 2 years ago.
Ice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's 2 years ago, and that's when we was on the Don Heavy. That was like when he was really. What? Yeah, like
No, but I'm saying he's a pretty big artist, though.
I'm just saying, you think he sold because he sold 72 when all this was going on.
The Life of the Don was his latest one. That's after Heaven and Hell.
Oh, Heaven and Hell. So what did Heaven and Hell sell?
I think that's probably.
So do you think he went down? Heaven and Hell was big, so he went down?
I think he probably went down.
So that's what I'm saying. So you think he'd do another 72 after the way he's trending then?
Yeah, I think so. I
don't know, bro, because I don't know too many artists that selling 72. Like if you like he sold 72 when he was like still rolling, but like I haven't heard no big song from him. This was his biggest song. This was 2 years ago. He ain't had nothing this big since then. When you start looking at people's catalogs, it be hits like this. Like this is an undeniable hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And Drake has many of these. Many. Like hundreds of songs that are as big as this. Uzi got one huge hit. I mean, he got a few now, but like EXO Tour Life is like one of them. Like Drake got God's Plan and all. Yeah. Like there's so many that I can name that are the same level as EXO. That's what makes Drake like
that.
Like just because you can do one song, like that don't make you mean that you're about to sell 100,000, 250,000 every album. Like that's what I'm saying. I just don't know.
So you don't think his presence on the album was like?
I'm gonna keep it a buck now.
So you wasn't fucking with any of the.
They were good. They're not
tracks.
Bad verses, and they're not bad. I'm not like, man, skip this shit, turn this shit off. So but like, I didn't feel it like how I felt 21 Savage's presence on it and Future. And now, mind you, he might have more rapport with them because Metro grew up. Like he came up with these people, Young Thug, and he know what they sound good on. Like
yeah.
But I'm kind of getting worried for Trav.
Oh, you thinking like his artists are flopping? Like,
his artists are flopping, but like my thing is when I'm listening to the album, the Metro Boomin album. Now I'm not sure because I watched like a brief moment of the No Jumper Metro Boomin interview, and I also do remember because if people don't remember, like Metro lost his mother tragically.
Yeah,
I want to say earlier this year or maybe late last year. It was like
I think it was late last year.
Within the year, I'll say. So like this is his first real project since then. So, and he said on there like he likes to keep a select of people that he want on the. And he said he doesn't like because I feel like it was something like kind of shade towards Khaled, but he doesn't. He said he doesn't make albums to show like how long his contact list is.
Hey, I respect that,
and I super respect that.
I respect
you
that.
Get what
bro.
I'm saying? So
I respect that.
And I heard Trav on it, and Trav sounded good, but none of those are like. I don't think none of them songs gonna chart.
So you don't think any of the songs on this album gonna chart?
I also don't listen to the radio, so like I'm probably gonna be bad, but like you kind of get the feel when like you can hear a song and be like, oh yeah, that's gonna be.
I don't know. I feel like this album could be low key like some songs on like an actual like movie or some shit. I feel like they might pull some songs on this and put it like in a Deadpool movie or some shit.
I can see that, and I feel like all the ones that did have that type of pull came from like 21.
I feel like that Future and Chris Brown track might chart.
That one was a good one. I was going to say that, chart. But it doesn't have a hook.
The Weeknd track.
It doesn't have a hook.
The Weeknd track, the Creeping song. That one's going to chart.
And I feel like it is just because it's The Weeknd. And, in that song actually made me very curious because, like, I would want to hear Metro. Like, what Kanye did for Nas and Tiana Taylor and... Mm-hmm. All these, I forgot Pusha, when he was in that and he was literally just producing their entire album. Like, I wish that I would see some of the prominent artists or producers do that with other artists. Now, mind you, Metro Boomin has like Savage Mode, but that wasn't like hey, I'm producing this. I
Yeah.
want you to
Just do your thing on it. Yeah.
and like, no, I want you to change your bar for this because
Yeah.
like I feel like Metro just had some really nice beats and was just like let people rap on it. Because when I'm listening to the album, I'm the only reason I'm saying I'm getting worried for Trav is like because I'm a huge Trav fan. It's like a lot of people have said that he's corny. Like I've seen a lot of people on Twitter try and say like he don't really got hits like that and X, Y, and Z. And I could see some people's perspective on certain things.
I can
but
see
there's
that.
some songs that are undeniable, like they're huge songs.
Goosebumps,
Undeniable, like
Antidote.
undeniable songs like that he has for sure. But I can sort of see what some of Twitter is saying. But my thing is that I'm just scared because especially after something that actually shook him like Astroworld, I don't feel like his content is going to change just based on what I've heard. Everything still, I feel like there's still, like, my one biggest thing with Trav that I've always had with him as an artist is that I've never gotten any type of depth from him. There's never been a song where I'm like, bro, he was like talking some real shit.
I think there is a song that he gave me that though, bro, and it's one of my favorite songs by him, bro. 90210, bro.
He wasn't talking about nothing
Bro,
specific.
he was talking about, at the end when he was going in, he was talking about his granny and all that shit, bro. He was going in, bro.
Bro, did you really listen to what he said about his granny? Because he wasn't talking about anything.
I know, bro, but he's
talking
about real life shit, though.
No, he was talking about LA parties and people doing drugs and
that's the overall
LA.
gist. That's the overall gist of the song.
But think about that. We brought up just that one song, and it's still debatable. It's still in question. Like, there's no song where I'm like, he was spitting. And
Coffee Bean?
He wasn't spitting. It's a smooth beat. It's a smooth beat. A beat that we've never heard him on, but he wasn't like rapping.
Stop trying to be God.
And even then, like that.
That is literally that, bro.
No, like, because when, like, what was the first song? Like, I can tell you other artists, even though that's not their whole forte.
I feel like the ends, bro.
I'm saying,
I don't know, bro. I think he's.
No,
I don't know,
like,
bro.
where people are rapping about things that have happened to them. You don't know anything that has happened to Trav through his lyrics. You can't say Trav grew up and did this. Like, we don't know. All he talks about is raging and some crazy shit. He's never said about like anything where Young Thug, like, we can go on to a small, what was the tape with the
bro,
so much fun
on 90210.
So
he
much
talks
fun
about shit when he was younger though.
No, not listen to what I'm saying. So much fun. Young Thug, the first track where he came on, where he's talking about the.
That's how it is.
Yeah, just you know he was rapping. And he said he had the K in like.
But I think,
because I
Thug and Trav, I feel like Trav is, first of all, I don't think Trav, what you're looking for is like Trav to go a Kendrick route, and I don't think Trav is that type of artist.
But that's not Kendrick. Me saying with Young Thug, like even Future has songs where he's rapped about some dark shit where he's had to sell something out to like whatever. Like at least I got a glimpse
if you're saying Future has made songs like that, bro, Trav has 1,000% made songs with depth like that, bro.
No, absolutely not. I'm not gonna accept that.
Now I'm gonna make it my mission.
You're gonna find two songs. You're gonna find two songs.
Find you at least 10.
I don't think that you can.
I'm gonna find you at least 10.
And you're gonna send them to me, and I'm gonna tell you like that was not that because.
So you're trying to
about Granny.
So stop trying to be God is not one.
That would be the closest thing that you have. But even then, I'm telling you where I'm saying he's not saying anything specific that we know about him. He says very generalized statements, but I have not gotten any depth. Like, even if it was Kendrick or even Drake or like even artists that do things or even in his realm have done. Like, I know there's depth. Even as big of an artist as Drake is and all the songs that he's put out, I have some depth from him where he talks about his mom and his dad and growing up and some of the things that his people have said and how these things have affected him. And that is depth versus you saying like, Granny, I forgot what the fuck he said on the 90210 bar because it wasn't deep. It was just like it was more like a shout out Granny, like shout out to you, like you was the MVP. But I don't even know what his grandma did. He ain't say like his grandma, like the lights was off, like, and I'm not. He was a suburban kid, so his lights may never have been off. But he don't even talk about like even like I'm not even asking for him to do some shit like that. Where I'm just saying like, let's just say he had some issues where he wasn't pulling girls, and a girl made him feel some type of way. Like I don't even got that. I can't even relate to you about any type of a relationship. Like nothing. Like he's just talking about partying, which is fine. And there's nothing wrong with that because I still said that he is one of my favorite artists. Like Travis Scott is one of my favorite artists. But I'm just saying as a fan, I don't have any of that when I can go through many artists and I can at least find 5 songs to where I'm like, damn, that was some real shit. Even on the track on this Metro Boomin from Young Doug where he was like, and yet I'm still richer than all of my bro. Like, yeah. Like, I'm like, damn. And Young Doug is the like still like I say like on some crazy shit. But like at least where I'm listening to him, I'm like, oh nah, like damn. Trav don't got nothing like what we just heard on the Metro Boomin shit. Like nothing that deep.
I don't know, brother.
Shout outs to he'll make shout outs to some of these people and like, but
now watch. I'm going to send this nigga at least 10 songs.
Don't send it to me. Put it on the Trench Talk Instagram and let people vote.
This nigga Trav has songs, because pretty much you're saying that Trav is limited as far as songs with substance. Is that correct?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying, just in a different words. But I'm not saying that he is limited. He just has not made that type of music.
For you to give that nod to Future.
No, I didn't. I just said that there are songs. I'm not saying that Future is deep, but I can definitely find songs for you where...
Oh, no, I know. Like, Future has definitely...
Especially on Beast Mode. When he got with Zaytoven, like, I can definitely get songs for you where
56 Nights.
I feel like, yes, like, I can get
for sure
songs where I'm like, hey, at least there was some depth right there. And that's all I be asking. Whether it be one song on your album or but like, I have never felt like cool, like great songs. Like the only one that I can tell you is like Drugs You Should Try, but like they're talking about drugs, but like that's like and like and once again, like that's a good song, but I still didn't feel depth.
You looking for that evolution
where like he's like it's a very good song and it may make you think about somebody.
Do you think that you would take that well from Trav if he was to go down that route?
At this point now, I don't know if I can, but like, well, no, I feel like now because Astro Road happened, I would at least want to see him try something. You feel like he should just act like nothing happened and continue to talk about turning up.
He hasn't put out his.
But I'm saying like if he puts out another album, it's raging and whatever and. Can't feel my face, like I don't know, whatever the fuck he be talking about now. Like you wouldn't feel any type of way after to be worried, like 10 people died, bro, on your account. Like I'm just saying, like for now, like I'm saying now, if you don't have not a song at least dedicated to your ragers, you get what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about where you have to talk about their name, but like where like how it made you feel.
At least acknowledge it.
How it made you feel and like this forever. And now you just turn this into a really big song. And now these songs, like whatever the money that you get from this song right here for here on out goes to the individuals families that lost their life. They all get like a cut. Like that would be like, damn, that is some depth right there. But like, I'm just the way that he's been going, just based on his substance from what I've been hearing on, even though these are other people's shit, like this is Metro Boomin's
tape. How long these songs have been made.
I don't know these things, but I'm just saying like, it just does not seem like it's trending like I'm going to get something like that. Because at the end of the day, I might be thinking about one or two, but I'm talking about it's so small, even versus the other artists that are smaller than him, how many they might have. And I'm just saying, as a friend, that's what I look for out of him. So I'm not saying like on Metro, that's what I'm looking for, like say something now. But like it just doesn't seem like he's trending that way, and none of his people on his label are doing well. So now I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What does he do next? How would you want to see him develop? What would you want to hear on an album from him at this point?
I kind of feel like how he is now. I definitely feel what you're saying as far as like him just acknowledging or him just making like some type of like stance on his next project about what happened. Just in some form of fashion.
I mean, like, even Lil Baby made the bigger picture. And I'm not saying even Lil Baby, but like, even, like, because Lil Baby got substance because he's talked about trenches and whatever the fuck he got going. Like, he's very transparent in his music. Like, that's something that he does do. And he's like,
yeah, he literally talks about the streets,
you know, and his hustle. And these is things that, but I feel like that's why a lot of people, like, when you have shit like that where people connect, that's how you build that.
But I feel like that's any nigga that talk about the streets though.
Because I feel like, well, yeah, I mean, because they already come from. But
Trav not really the nigga that really talks about the streets like that.
But Drake got it. That's why I get like I'm trying to name people that ain't in the streets and that is in the streets, like because there are artists that are doing either or that have more of that in their catalog. Because like as many hits that have come out about like from Travis Scott that don't have substance, like he doesn't have as many hits as Drake and things like that, or as many as these other artists. Like as many hits, he got hits, plenty of hits, of course. But like if this is the only type of music that you're making where it's like rage, atmosphere, like you should have way more big hits. Drake got hits that talk about absolutely nothing. And he got hits where he talk about real shit. Lil Baby, same shit.
I don't know. I do feel like Trav do got hits, but with Trav, his whole persona is like rager. You feel me? He makes that like rager slash like acid music. Like niggas listen to his music when they getting fried, they fucking tripping, shit like that. That's like his lane. So for me, I don't really like look to Trav to get too much depth just because his whole persona has been him being like a rager. But him tapping in with certain artists like the Drakes and the Babies and shit like that, I kind of do feel like he should have more depth in his music because he's tapping in with these artists more than the norm. You feel what I'm saying? He collaborates with these artists a lot. So I do feel like there is some depth to his music. Like I said, I'm gonna send you them fucking songs, nigga. But
find them.
But I do feel what you're saying, especially after the whole Astroworld thing. His next project, he should definitely have some things where he gets more on a serious note.
I mean, like, damn, bro, he has a child, bro.
Yeah, too.
Like, talk about being a dad. Like, where, like, I'm just saying, like, bro, like, at the end of the day, like, I know, like, you know, he rock star and he has all these, like, you know, influences, like, just from, like, old rock stars, the way he does his shows and stuff. But it's like, damn, bro, I don't feel like I'm growing with him. I feel like I've grown. I feel like I'm getting to a stage where I've, like, grown past him and he's older than me. Does that make sense? It's like I listened to this when I was like 18. I remember telling niggas about Al Fear, like meeting him down there and all that stuff. And, you know, and as I'm getting older, I'm still young and he's still young. But like he has a child. He had an event where people have died. Like, I feel like there are things to talk about. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, talk about your deals and like what your fashion, like, I mean, like anything, like how, like what hit, like he's huge, but like I don't feel like any debt, like I feel like I'm just losing connection with one of my favorite artists. Like he don't do interviews, and that's not to say like I need him to do interviews because like people fuck with The Weeknd and he's like never really done an interview. Like you can't really find a Weeknd interview. So like I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have to do certain things, but it's like he has so much going on. How am I not at least hearing it through your music? You hear everything about Drake shit through his music, and he make it catchy. And mind you, he is the best artist of our generation. Maybe of one of the best of all time. Yeah. Probably top 5 of all time, top 3. Like, if we're talking about hip hop, he might even be top 2 already all time.
Oh, yeah. Bro.
Like, he's that big. So, like, of course, like, it's not fair to put him on, you know, that type of pedestal, but, like, or not even that pedestal, but, like, to compare him with that. Mm-hmm. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of somebody who's not a street nigga, who still has some depth. And at the end of the day, like you said, I agree with you. I don't look to Trav for that, but I have to question it. It's like, I've gotten depth out of a lot of niggas. Like, even when I didn't ask for it, and they still gave it to us. It's like, damn, bro, I can't get none of that. He got a lot going on. Bro, he has some of the biggest shoes of our generation.
100%.
That have released. He don't talk about nothing about his Nike deal. He mentioned Nike.
Yeah.
Nike boys, we not coming in. Like, I don't even talk about nothing. It's like, he don't say nothing about how anything made him feel. I don't know his opinion on anything. Because, like, it's not like I'm asking him to diss niggas, but it's like, damn, you don't really stand for nothing. Like I said, Lil Baby got the bigger picture. Like, you don't stand for nothing. Like, all this shit that has gone on in our, like, since he's been relevant as an artist, we haven't heard none of it in his music. Nothing about what's going on in the world. He hasn't said nothing about anything that has gone on in the world. Whether it be black people dying or... And I'm not asking you to speak on these specific topics, but I'm just saying there's been so much that has happened. Man. I have not heard any of that in his music. Nor has he found a way to make it catchy or anything. Like... And like when I listen to him on Metro Boomin', they are good verses and the songs sound good, but I can say that about a lot of niggas and we won't spin that shit in 2 weeks. And I'm just saying, like, when am I going to get that? That's my guy. And it's like, that's why I'm feeling like this, because I have grown with him for so long. I can tell you the next track that's going to come on like after every song in damn near every album. But damn.
So as far as like the other people on the album, like Future and 21, how do you feel about them on the album?
I feel like 21 gave us something that, like, 21 and Metro really locked in, but they've been made tapes together. Now, mind you, Metro, Travis Scott, Young Thug, Future, all of them were all in that era of growing, get in the game. They were all in that same era. Future's a little bit sooner because he has hits way before them, before they even came out. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, he really made his name on them tapes, the 56 Nights, Monster, Beast Mode, and all of that was around the time when all of those other artists that I mentioned were
coming up.
You feel me? Like, I feel like what we got, like, Walk 'Em Down sound like vintage 21.
Yeah.
That sound like something that I would want on an album. Like, it gave me all that type of vibe. I feel like the Future and Chris Brown one, like, you know, when Future catch that, like, he gave no hook. That's the one thing why I said, like, I don't think any of those that song will chart, because, like, there's no, like, hook. Like, he just jumped right into it. And normally songs that jump right into it, they don't be on the radio. Because there's nothing catchy to, like...
To keep it replaying.
You get what I'm saying? Like, the song hard. I play that Future and Chris Brown song for anybody, and they be like, "Oh, nah, he did that. He slid." But like, that's not gonna be something we hear on the NBA playing, like, you know, in between commercials and. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it be shit like that. Like, these be good songs. I'm not saying that any of these songs that they made were ass. Like, none of them were bad. Like, everybody who listens to this or listens to that, they will say like that. Like, nah, it was pretty good. But the way we digesting music, it's like you're going to need to do more than just have some good songs. Yeah. Nav make good songs, but, like, niggas don't spin that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
Like, Nav, you know, like, Nav has a way of where he can make, like, a song just sound like there were artists that I couldn't like that I was not a big fan of because they had this talent of making songs that weren't good and weren't bad, and I don't like that. You get what I'm saying? Like K Camp.
Oh shit! I forgot about.
He had a few songs that were crazy. You know,
cut
that bitch off. Yeah,
Money Baby.
He had songs. That's what I'm saying. He had some, but if you ever listen to like his songs that were outside of his hits,
yeah,
you're like, this isn't bad, but it's like,
yeah, they not on that type of time.
It's like I'm not about to spin it again. Like, congrats, like congrats, you did the bare minimum. But I'm just saying, like, as a big artist, I shouldn't feel like that. And like you said on the Baby album, I feel like there are some that are skip. Like how you was like, there's some skips. If you would have cut this down 6 tracks, because guess what, 6 filler. I feel like a lot of niggas just giving us hella filler. And it's like, bro, I don't want that. I need songs that make me feel something. Like think about it. How many songs has Uzi had as big as XO Tour Life? I will wait, because the only song that you could probably say is the one that's trending now.
You talking about the Just Wanna Rock song?
Yeah, that's a big song.
So we talking about his own song?
Yeah, like that's just Uzi.
Oh, just Uzi? Like his song, not song that he's featured on.
That's big, because I like a lot of Uzi's music, but I can't play Uzi's music and then the next person say like, oh my God, what was that?
Damn, what's
XO Tour, like, everybody fucked with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you heard it, it was like, oh, nah. He tapped into something like that was different.
Damn, bro. There's a song that I feel like I'm forgetting.
That was as big as XO Tour Life?
Or just not as big, but
the Bad and Bougie verse.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I was gonna say, like, that's not Uzi's song, but that's something that's
one
close.
Of them. That's in there though. He's part of a legendary song.
Yeah, none of these. Oh, the Shuffle song. That fucking Shuffle song was actually pretty big.
Pretty big, because it was like, that was the beginning of like the TikToks and
yeah,
TikTok
that was actually a pretty
shit.
big song.
But that's just what I'm like. All I'm saying is like, I don't know, man. It's like I'm not looking, especially for my biggest artists. I'm not looking for you to make some. I need hits. I feel like, so and these are all people on the same album. So like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Weeknd song, but let me tell you something. The first minute and 40 seconds of it, where he's just doing like it sounded like a cover.
Yeah, like a cover. Yeah. That's what I was telling Dave.
Oh my God.
Like yeah.
Oh my God. That nigga is different. That is different. I feel like that'll be on the radio.
Yeah, that nigga definitely took off on that shit.
But damn. Yeah. Like, think about that. How everything, like, when the Weeknd get on something, like, it's like, damn, you felt that.
That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. The Weeknd definitely did that on that shit.
It's like, if you that big of an artist, I'm expecting, like, because, you know, if we see a big-ass artist, like, oh, shit, he got a J. Cole feature. Oh, he got a Kendrick feature. If I see he got a Travis Scott feature, I'm, like, kind of already knowing what to expect. But, like, if you get like a Kendrick, J. Cole, one of them, I'm like, this nigga, this song probably crazy. But if Future got to make an album right now, and he got Travis Scott on it, I mean, it still could be one of the ones, because they got 3,500.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They got hits.
Yeah, we not gonna act like they ain't.
All right, maybe that was a bad comparison, just because of the realm that they're both in. You get what I'm saying? But like, let me try and change it like a little bit.
Like, kind of like if you was to say like Nardo Wick and Travis Scott.
You like.
Yeah, it's like you kind of already know what you about to get yourself into, and it's probably one of them ones that quite possibly could be a miss.
Yeah, because like you know, Trav he gonna get on. He gonna change the beat for him.
Yeah,
it happens every single feature that he's on. He changes the beat. I know it's him. He changes the beat right there for his verse, and then I'm like, oh damn! I'm thinking about it's about to go crazy, and it'd be a very mediocre verse. And not when I say mediocre, it's like it passes.
Just Trav,
but it's just like.
Just a Trav verse.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like, but if I see Nardo Wick, Drake, Nardo Wick, Kendrick, or Nardo Wick, J. Cole, you like, oh,
we might have some crazy shit, regardless of the content. Like, whatever the fuck they talk about. Like, this might be a fucking crazy. Like, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not, at least right now as a fan, I'm just not feeling that with Travis Scott. And I hope, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope we get an album where he's really cutting it and he's like, whether it be 3 tracks out of a 15-track album. Like, I'm not like saying like get away from who you are as an artist, but like, holy fuck. And the only reason why I keep bringing up Drake is that he makes music that people really like try and like go crazy to in the clubs, and he makes it catchy and relatable somehow. Like, God's playing like, I only love my bed and my mom, and it's like he's so good at them one-liners and he'll have them quotable. Like, it's the quotables. Like, Trav don't got quotables. What like I could tell you like countless Future, you know, we be on Discord, Future, Young Thug, like, what the fuck this nigga just said? Like, how I can smell codeine when you piss? And it's like, damn, like, he don't even got shit like that. Where I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Or like, even Kodak, like, doing that map, and I tried it and I liked it. It's like, even though like that don't even be good content, it's like you still have somewhere I'm like, what the fuck is, where I can come back and be like, listen what this nigga said.
Yeah.
I can't do that with Trav.
But see, the thing is though, with Trav, I think what you're expecting from Trav, it's just not his lane. He's like a melodic dude. So a lot of his songs is more on the tip of providing a sound, not necessarily like you absorbing like the actual like.
I understand because I listen to Cardi and he talks about absolutely nothing. And I'm here for a sound. I'm literally here for a sound. That's part of the reason why I listen to Young Thug.
I think that's the thing with Trav. And I feel like with him tapping in with like certain artists, like him tapping in, like didn't he do, I can't fucking remember if he did a song with J. Cole or not.
He did.
He did, right?
Yeah, meet me in the London.
Oh, the London song. Okay, I thought I had a feeling that was
a good one, and I like that.
But see, the thing is, I feel like him tapping in with certain artists is like that. It's kind of going outside of his realm because he's not like a rapper. He's not like a rapping ass nigga.
But you know what I'm
Kendrick
saying? On Goosebumps.
But so, I feel like I feel like him. That's just him tapping into someone else's world. Because Kendrick a rapping ass nigga. Trav is not a rapping ass nigga. He's a rapper that provides like that melodic sound. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like with him tapping in with certain artists, he's kind of dipping from what he normally does. Now, like you say, I do feel you because he still has people in his corner like fuck. Well, I don't know if they still in his corner, but he had people like Kanye in his corner where, you know what I'm saying, you would think that he would kind of like develop this type of technique with his music where he would kind of tap in like that. But
and I can't lie, I don't think I agree with that last part. I mean, you would like the Kanye thing because when Travis was coming up, Kanye was already on his, he was like long gone past the like real soulful spiritual, because when Trav came around, Yeezus was being made.
Yeah.
Well, completely different sound than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like, completely different. Like, left field. Like, this is where he's screaming, fuck Nike, and, like, really, like, rage. But even when
I'm thinking about, like Kids See Ghosts and, like around that time, he's like, really tapped in.
But I was going to say I agree in a sense to what you said because I do feel like being around Kanye, he did get something from it. I just don't think it was the actual, like, the vocal, like the words, the wordplay, or what he's saying. It was more in the production because his production got better every album.
Yeah,
that's one thing that's undeniable. Like, his production is crazy, but I feel like just to solidify him as an artist, like whether like he needs something, like he needs to make either, because it's melodic, but like it's still not, like some of the stuff's not catchy. Like catchy and melodic, I feel like are like they can go hand in hand, but like I feel like you need to have something to like really stick. Like he don't even got nothing that's catchy, whether it makes like sound like. Cause
I don't know, bro. I think you're underplaying Trav, bro. He got sicko mode. He has.
But that you're naming songs with features. Like I want you to start.
Highest in the Room.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You're gonna name like there's a few, and that's a new one. But like I don't think he has too many. Like Butterfly Effect was one that he did, so I was happy that he got that one. That's like a big song.
And Trav not really the person to really put out like projects as much as these other people too.
Oh, I'm aware.
He probably like 5 albums in, maybe 4.
Like 4, like because some of them are tapes.
Yeah,
mixtapes.
You feel what I'm saying? So he's still. I feel like with the amount, with his actual like his catalog, with what he's actually done, I feel like he's actually like put out some bangers, but I feel like he has like some really, really catchy songs that he's done like Dolo. Like I said, like Highest in the Room.
That's a good one. And that's why
after Astro World and everything.
No, because Highest in the Room is on, that's what I'm saying. That's like one of them ones. Like that's one of them few ones where that's what I'm saying, where you're on NBA and it's like damn, like I don't know how it sounds good. That sounds good, but all of them aren't like that. And I'm not gonna act like that. Like all of them aren't the Highest in the Room. Like I think Stop Trying to Be God is amazing, and I love that too. Like I think that's one of them ones that where you can say the melodic is, and there's a lot on Astro World. I really like Astro World. But Astro World was also the one that took him over the edge. He also had a lot of help on Astro World with the promotion. But he had a lot of good songs. I feel like that is his best album. So like but that being his best album still doesn't, it didn't have the depth or anything that I felt like anything needed, but it didn't need it at that time. So like, I'm not condemning him for like, I'm not saying like this is his problem. Like he hasn't done this. He hasn't grown as an artist. This is just all the things that I'm seeking as a fan.
Yeah.
Like as a fan, like, because even as much as, whether, I know you don't really, like, you fuck with Future, but, like, you don't really care for Future. But the one thing that I can give credit, because I can understand if people say his music sound the same, let me tell you something. The one thing I know Future gonna do, he gonna have some crazy-ass bars, like one-liners, and he's always gonna somehow figure out a new sound to reinvent himself. Whether he, like, he start humming and whistling and...
Like on King's Dead.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? He always gonna have some new shit, or the way that he rapping, like, what just some of the bar, like, cause once again, I'm not asking you to make, introspective rap, but like, I just fucked your bitch in some Gucci flip. But like, these are monumental, like, even though you talk about nothing. Hey, I can smell codeine when I piss. I pray to God they bring me activists. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? And I be needing shit like that, bruh. I be needing you to, shit, I don't give a fuck. I sell my auntie that raw. Damn. Damn. Like, whoa. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can at least go back and spin that shit because what the fuck? It keeps shit fresh. It keeps shit fresh, bro. Like Young Thug, like what he said, bro got rocks in his ass. Like he started the song like that, bro. And it's not like I'm, like, yeah, nigga got rocks in his ass. Like, but it's like, damn. That is some crazy shit.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm just saying, like, and that's what I'm looking for. We talked a lot about Trav right here, but that's just what I'm getting at, like, what I'm looking for as an artist. And I only brought him up in this fashion because I'm looking at somebody like 21 who is, I feel like every time I'm looking at him, he's progressing.
He's progressing, 100%. 21 is definitely someone who is progressing as an artist, and this is something we could touch on too before we close out the 21 and Nas.
Exactly.
So there's people that's saying that like I don't even know the whole thing with the whole 21 and Nas thing. There's like a whole like thing going on where they're saying that like I guess he only did this because of the whole shit that happened and shit like that, of the versus shit. And then 21 I guess is saying that he was like in talks with Nas about making a track and shit like that. I heard the track one time. I feel like it's a cool track. Just over the whole situation, I feel like it was good that Nas had like kind of like mentioned some things about the whole situation as well. Like he even said that like, 21 and Kodak need to make a track. It'll be big for the South and shit like that. And I agree. I think that'll actually be like a pretty fucking like crazy song if them boys was to make a song. But overall, I didn't need the track.
I didn't even hear it. Like I just heard about it, but I had been because I watched all of that shit blow up because I watched the Academics interview where 21 said Nas isn't relevant. But people take shit out of context. So like I'm watching the whole shit. I'm watching how the media and all of it, how everybody's taking it day by day. Because when I watched it, I just went about my day and didn't think nothing of it because
you watched the whole thing.
I watched it and I'm seeing the way because they're talking about in context. He is not relevant just to the overall like what is today in hip hop. Like nobody's
what is trending now. He is not within the trend of what is hip hop now.
But he's iconic. Like, of course, 21 understands that Nas is an essential part to what hip hop is, like, in general. Like, he understands that he is a legend, like, of course. But, like, they spun that so crazy about the irrelevant thing. And, but they ended up having the track. And some people were saying that it was staged, but I don't think that was staged because he was really genuinely having a conversation. Like, he didn't just hop out and just start talking about Nas. Like, they brought this up about Jay-Z and Nas because Jay-Z had said some shit.
And Nas had just came out with an album.
Exactly.
He just came out with an album.
So
and they were talking about like album sales and shit. So it's definitely not staged. I don't, and the thing is, bro, I don't even think 21 would even go as far as to like even doing some shit like that.
That's not what he would do, bro.
Like I really don't think he would even go that route to stage any fucking thing, to be absolutely real with you. So, I mean, for me, I think, like I said, I think the track was straight. Like, it's not a bad track. I didn't need it. It's just like one of those tracks that is gonna just be for just the outcome of what that situation was, and it's not gonna be anything past that.
Exactly. And I don't it's not going anywhere further. I don't care that they put out a song amidst of like what people think might be a beef or some shit like that because
it ain't no beef.
Is this song really going to like do like, you know, win a Grammy? Is this going to be like one of them songs I hear every day that I'm going to hear on a playlist? No. So then what we talking about, bruh? No. They just
it's literally just that song is like equivalent to them taking a pic together, and posting it on the ground.
Yep. And never linking up or conversing again. That's exactly what it's like. Damn, that was exactly what that shit was like. Them niggas just dropped the pic together when they dap it up like this in the fucking camera, like just linked up, like
bro, literally just dapped up, saying, "Oh," like pretty much just saying,
"Oh, your music."
We good type shit.
Yeah.
That's all that song was. That's all it was. I'm not taking anything from it. Like I said, it was just them niggas making a song about the situation. So now niggas can stop talking about it. Nas has acknowledged it now. Now niggas can shut the fuck up. Cause it wasn't anything in the first fucking place.
Exactly.
Dirty ass motherfuckers.
But I think 21 just constantly progressing.
Yeah.
Every time I look, he is doing better and better.
Definitely.
He's carrying himself well.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing be, he be standing firm on what he be saying.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? So, like,
I fuck with 21, man.
Bro, I fought with him, bro. So, like, it be shit like that where, you know, And I only said because, like, even when we talk about Trav, like, I feel like as I'm watching 21, because I was young listening to 21, and I watched him get older just like, you feel me, just like Trav. And I feel like he's gotten more mature. His music content has definitely gotten more mature. Of course, people love the Slaughter Gang shit, and you will get that from track to track. Like, because that's what his bread and butter was. But, like, you can hear it. Even when he did the tape with the Her Loss, like, you can hear his bars is...
Definitely
way more mature, straight to the point, direct. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, like, and I just love seeing that, man. 21. That's why I think that 21 was the. It makes me want a Savage Mode 3. I would want it, but nothing will take me back to like Savage Mode 1. I feel like Savage Mode 2 was good. Damn, actually, that shit motherfucking slid crazy.
Savage Mode 2
slid crazy,
bro. Chop Not Slop, nigga.
That's it. That's the one.
Mr. Right Now, nigga.
Whoa. Damn, you is talking about some motherfucker right now. Whoa. Because he said the Chop Not Slop, man. If y'all don't know, man, y'all definitely
DJ
gotta
Chopsticks.
You gotta get on the Chop Stars, man. They got a crazy team of niggas that Chop Not Slop because you can't screw it because that was DJ Screw, R.I.P. Screw. So they thing is Chop Not Slop, which is essentially the same thing. And man, that
Savage
tape
Mode
right
2.
there, oh my god,
that's one of the ones that's no skips.
Yep, one of them ones, especially from a Chop Not Slop. That's one of them ones. And you know what else go up there? Because we just talk about them. Since we talk about Chop Not Slop, like one of them ones. That goddamn Beauty Before Behind the Madness.
Whoa!
Chop Not Slop. That Chop Behind the Madness. Whoa.
That's actually crazy because I don't think I've ever heard The Weeknd Chop Not Slop.
Whoa.
I've only heard the Don, the 21, and the Brent Fayez Chop Not Slop.
Ah, man, the Brent Fayez, I don't know. I also still yet to listen to him. But Weeknd, Chop Not Slop, that's one of them go-to ones.
Beauty Behind the Madness is actually like
one of the best ones. That's probably my favorite one.
Like my favorite,
not
like
probably
Weeknd album.
That and the My Dear Melancholy Chop Not Slop.
See, My Dear Melancholy got me out of there, man.
I feel you. But hey, if you don't even want to talk about that, the Madness. And let me tell you another one. Bryson Tiller's, what's the shit called? What was his?
Chop Soul?
Chop Soul is crazy.
Oh, shit.
Is crazy.
Trap Soul is that stamp one. Trap Soul is that stamp one, boy.
But, yeah, like Savage Mode 2, though, I would definitely take a Savage Mode 3.
I fuck with 21. I definitely like where he is, like, projecting as far as, like, his music and shit. So I'm always hyped to hear about anything that 21 got going on when it comes to music as of lately. So even the Metro with him with 21 and Offset without warning.
Without warning. Gas.
Whoa.
Gas.
Whoa. Wasn't that the one that had
the dogs?
Yeah, bro. Holy shit, bro. Come on, bro. Hey, man. 21?
Come on now.
Hey, man. I fuck with it, bro. I fuck with it, man. But before we close out, I have a hypothetical.
Oh man, let's go.
All right, we gonna keep it concise here. All right. If I asked the question already, but we gonna ask it on the pod here. If you had your chance of survival with one of these two animals, who do you think you have a better chance of surviving against? A lion in the safari or a shark in the ocean?
Do I get one piece of equipment at all? Because if I'm going to be in these situations, I'm sure like somebody going to at least have like a knife or something. Like,
I'll say you'll have like a battle knife, like a combat knife.
Quiet as fuck. But cause damn, bruh. I feel like you should change it up. I feel like you should go a little bit.
I don't know, because I feel like they both kind of like the apex of their habitat, bro.
I feel like you gotta say like a bear or a shark. Because what type of shark? Are we talking about like a great white? Because I can't compare a great white to like a lion. I feel like a great white is a little bit more.
Nah, we'll say
but I would still take the shark though.
So you'll take the shark?
Just because of the nose thing.
See, I was feeling that as well.
And if I have a knife, I'm going to stab that bitch in his nose. And it's definitely not going to fuck with me.
So I was feeling that as well. But I'm just thinking about how much power you're going to have underwater trying to thrust it.
See, but you got to understand that sharks ain't like pulling you under like a fucking killer whale would. Like a killer whale will like play with its food. A shark, when it come up on you, it is already on attack. And it's at the top of the surface. Just shaking his head. Try and get that fucking meat off, fucking blubber off a fucking off a whale or an otter or some shit. Just shaking.
Yeah.
And if I have some sort of air and I'm up above water, just because I be watching Shark Week and seeing people, I don't want. Bruh, and let me put you on game though. No cap. If I watch LL Cool J do that shit on Deep Blue Sea and he between the gates, bitch, I'm stabbing the fuck out that bitch. I seen a nigga do it. Seen a black man do it on camera.
See, I wasn't thinking about just being like above water and that motherfucker pulling up like that.
Because if you saying like this bitch gonna pull me to the bottom of the depths and ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way in hell, bitch. You dead. You're dead.
Yeah, I think your best chance would probably be
you know what I'm saying?
But like a lion get a hold of you,
man,
bro.
Man. Oh, if it wants you, it got you.
If that bitch actually gets a hold of you, bro.
It's over with. If it wants you, it got you. People have survived shark attacks.
Yeah, they definitely have.
How many people have survived a lion attack? I'll wait. We have watched niggas survive shark attacks on camera.
That's a fact.
Whether they have a piece of their leg gone or their whole leg gone or lost limbs. You know, niggas get tatted on, a shark tatted on them once they get tatted. You know what I'm saying? They got all these type of, superstitions and shit like that or whatever the fuck. So they're survivors, but I can't name you anybody that doesn't survive a lion attack.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm choosing a motherfucking shark. We would like to know what the listeners' thoughts are as well.
The only thing I think you should say, nah, because a bear is gonna outweigh everything.
I feel like a bear is like super fucking.
A bear is gonna is gonna win every battle, right?
Yeah, I feel like the bear is just way too big to actually like combat it, bro. Like you said, bro, if you have a knife, bro, you literally don't stand a chance against a bear. You don't stand a chance against a bear if you have a handgun.
Nigga, you can have a shotgun and a marksman rifle. I'm letting you know that there's not one bullet that will take down a bear. There's not one bullet. Just one bullet in the chamber.
Exactly.
And you're like, I gotta make it count. I can kill him if I hit him.
Not happening.
There's not one gun where you hit that bitch and it's gonna die immediately. Bruh, bears are so crazy, you might hit that bitch in the face and it might have so much more range. You remember playing God of War and like every time you knock Hercules off, it got stronger and getting crazier. That's like a bear. You might hit that bitch with a shotgun shot and it's like, you really thought this was a game. Y'all keep playing, y'all see what that bear did to Leo.
Come on, man.
For an hour, we watched that nigga get mauled on camera for a Grammy. It took that nigga to get mauled by a bear on camera for like 40 minutes for him to I said a Grammy.
Yeah, Oscar.
For him to win an Oscar. It took him all that. You had to get mauled to get the Oscar. All right.
Fuck around with
is
bears.
That's the apex predator? That is like by far. Is that like I don't think there's any other animal. I don't think there's any other animal, so I guess we'll just have to leave it for the listeners for the shark and lion.
Yeah, I just feel like the lion would be the apex just because they actually like they be moving around in packs and shit.
What about like a bear or a killer whale?
I don't think killer whales are like
I think killer whales
aggressive.
You're out of your mind. I think killer whales kill more people a year than sharks.
But I feel like the only reason that would probably be the case is because you probably don't have killer whale encounters as much as
that's
shark
true.
encounters.
I can totally agree with that.
So I'm pretty sure if you fucking encounter a fucking shark versus a fucking killer whale,
Who would win, a shark?
yeah, I think they say a shark would be the killer whale.
Are fearsome top predators, but the killer whale may be the more formidable one.
Probably just on size.
I think they be the same size, but I think it's that killer whales really be playing with their food, bro.
I don't know, man.
We've seen niggas die to orcas on camera or killer whales on camera. Many niggas, not niggas, but like.
Yeah, I mean, shit. There's motherfuckers that's been attacked like at fucking
SeaWorld. I'm talking many. I wouldn't even want to do that as a job. Why would that be somebody's dream? Damn near everybody that done that show died. Because guess what? And then, you know what'd be crazy? It don't even be like them eating them. It just brought them down so far and they didn't have enough air and they died.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That's sinister, bro. I don't know, man. Hey, man, this is another episode of the Indub podcast, bro. That is fucking sinister. I just can't imagine, think about you getting like, what the fuck, biting me in water. And you thinking like you about to see a shark and you see a black and white figure. Black and white.
Dragging your ass.
Oh, nah, that's scary, bro.
That ocean shit, boy.
Hey, man, I ain't fucking with it, man. Hey, and dude, man.
But yes, this has been another episode 3 of the Indub podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We want to know y'all thoughts on the hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? We want to know y'all thoughts. But yeah, this has been another episode. Appreciate y'all for listening. We appreciate all the listeners, the watchers. We just appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
We rock with y'all the long way.
Heavy,
you know
man. Saying? And everybody stay up and
yes.
Don't
be afraid to talk, please.
Please.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.